Go. I'm gonna record this lesson too because I didn't get a chance to in my other classes. We got halfway through and I forgot to hit the unpause or replay button. Record. Anyways, sine of A equals the opposite. Write this down. Over hypotenuse. The cosine equals the adjacent over the hypotenuse. What do they both have in common? Hypotenuse, that's right. You just have to memorize which one's opposite and which one's adjacent. Okay, remember, tangent is opposite over adjacent. Okay, let's try this out on example 1. I won't move it off the screen. I'll leave it up here for you. Okay, so I'm looking at my triangle, and it says find the sine of A and the cosine of A. So I'm going to write the sine of A equals, now look over here at the picture, and I got to get the right numbers. That's right, opposite from A is 3 over 5. And that's it, I'm done. Got it, 3/5. Okay, let's get the cosine of A now. The cosine of A is not 3/5, it's 4 over 5. You see how both numbers are related to each other? They both have 5 on the bottom. Okay. All right, you guys got a checkpoint under that. Let's see if you get the right fractions. Be careful now. It's opposite over hypotenuse and adjacent over hypotenuse. A little bit. Let's see. Sine of A is 15 over 17. That's correct. Put a check on that. Okay, this one, 8 over 17. That's correct. Sine of A over here, 24/25. This one obviously is 7 over 25. This one's 8 over 10, but can't that be reduced to lowest term? Shouldn't it? No.
You didn't get it.
I mean, elementary school has been telling you that for years, right? 2 and 5?
There's too much work in this.
You mean 4 and 5?
Yeah. Oh, we gotta reduce.
Please. How about you just do it now?
We get to
Sure. It doesn't get that much harder. Okay, these are correct now. Any questions? Katrina had a question. She was asking me, like, sir, I don't know what's over what, or adjacent, or which one's the opposite, right? So Katrina, I'm gonna look at this one. Here's A. What's opposite from that angle A? 24. That's right. So you would know the sine would be 24 over 25.
Hey, John, what is this?
Okay, so you guys ready for the hard stuff, right? We're going to step it up now, and we're going to actually put it in the calculator and make it a decimal.
Go ahead on it.
Okay, so it says find the sine of A and the cosine of A. So the sine of A equals, and now Katrina, look at here, my A. Which two numbers we using, Katrina? 5 and 13. Who whispered that to you?
Me?
All right, here's how you get the decimal. Don't hit sign now. We're not ready to hit sign. Just put it in the calculator. 5 divided by 13. Round it to 4 decimal places. 0.3846. Let's see if y'all can beat me to the cosine of A.
Bad, I'm already done.
Cosine of A. 13. Looks like y'all are beating me.
Oh, wait.
I got it last period, so I'll beat you. 9, 2, 3. He said 1. I don't see a 1 on my calculator.
Yeah, that's
right. Good job. That's right.
All right. Thumbs up.
All right, y'all try the checkpoint. Good luck.
Can you scroll it up?
Scroll it up. Okay, look at this one. Y'all were scared to come up here, so let's look at it. The sine of A Oh, sorry. The sine of A is across, so it'd be root 2 over the hypotenuse.
It equals .707.
They,
You know they love
Victoria,
It equals 7.
we're recording this conversation.
She knows.
.7
.7071.
071. Now, if you put this in the calculator and you got 1,
I got this.
you did something wrong. You did not close
I'm too small.
the parenthesis behind the square root sign.
I ain't close friends, but I'm too small.
You have to close the parenthesis behind the square root sign to get the right answer on that. Okay, so cosine. Victoria, you do this one. Cosine, adjacent. Who's adjacent to A? Square root of 2 over 2. It's the same answer as this one. Okay, let's check this one. Sine of A, yeah, that's right. Over 8, yeah, that's good. And so the cosine would be 5 over 8, which would be .625.
Yeah, I had my answer 2 right.
I'm out now, but let me work with you on that one. Okay, let's try something a little easier. Y'all take your calculators and put in the sine of 74 degrees and tell me the decimal in 4 places. You don't have to.
9613.
9613. Was that easy or what?
Stand button.
The send button.
Where do you see a remote at?
Come on, man. I want you to go out of here and people think you're intelligent. All right? It's the sign button. The sign button. All right, and put in the cosine of 74 degrees. The difference.
275, 47 times 6.
Thanks, James. No, just kidding. All right, y'all try the checkpoint on the next page.
What, this look dead.
Just a minute. We're not done with that. Okay, y'all ready to find out why we're doing all this sine and cosine? It's for example 4. Let's look at example 4. We cannot do the Pythagorean theorem on example 4.
Here is Pythagoras theorem.
You know why we can't do the Pythagorean theorem? We don't know what A and B is. We need either A or we need B. But we're missing both. So there is no Pythagorean theorem here. Okay, so we're gonna look at 32 degrees, and let's try to find A first. So go opposite over hypotenuse. So write down sine of 32 degrees equals opposite over hypotenuse. Now this is where you're gonna need to use the calculator, and you might have to close the parentheses if you're not careful. If you put the 10 in the front when you move it over here, you don't have to close the parentheses behind the sine of 32. But if you put the 10 in the back behind the 32, like sine of 32 times 10, then you do have to close the parentheses.
10 is 2 times 9. 2.
There you go. Let's round it to the nearest 10. 5.3. That sounds right because the hypotenuse is 10,
Yeah.
so the leg's got to be shorter.
Yeah.
Right?
10.
All right. Now, let's try letter B. Instead of using sine, we got to use cosine. Cosine of 32 degrees equals B over 10 times. I tell you, you girls impress me. All right, 8.5. Can I say something real quick? Some of y'all like to do things differently than the rest of the class sometimes.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, on this last one right here, you don't have to do the cosine because since you got this letter A over here, you could do the Pythagorean theorem now.
Right.
You got A squared plus B squared equals C squared. You could do that because you got one of those answers now. It's up to you. If you want to do the Pythagorean theorem, you can, or you can do the cosine and get it. Okay? All right. Before we let you do them by yourself, let's do one together, okay? It says find the lengths of A and B. So I'm looking at the 34 degrees. I'm going to say the sine of 34 equals the opposite over hypotenuse. So what am I gonna do? Multiply by 7? What'd you say the answer was?
3.5.
3.5, thank you, sir. Okay, let's do one more. The cosine of 34 degrees equals, this time it's not A over 7, it's B over 7.
That's what I said.
You said 3.5.
No, I did. I said 3.9. Man, I know what I said. Man, I said 3.9. Let's shut up.
Yes.
I said 3.9 for it. But I thought that was
Okay, so what's B?
5.8.
5.8. Okay, correct. I hope they are. Yeah, they look right. They got me. All right, you guys ready for the next page? Flip it. Flip it. All right, so here's a summation of the 3 trigonometric ratios that we've had. Tangent equals the opposite over adjacent. Sine equals opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Which one of these seem like the other?
We know the first two. Tangent and cosine.
Tangent and sine are similar because they both have opposite.
Yeah.
But sine and cosine are similar because they both have hypotenuse. Alright, how are you going to memorize this?
Because I got it down picked already.
T is O and A, F is O and A, and T is A.
Okay. When I was in school, I had to just stare at it, try to repeat it to myself, and try to memorize it. But a teacher down the hallway shared this way of memorizing these. It's called Sakatoa. Sakatoa. Let me show you guys.
I remember that. What?
Check it out. So, if sine equals opposite over hypotenuse, cosine, adjacent, hypotenuse, and
Opposite over
Tangent over.
so when I hand you a quiz tomorrow,
Watch out.
when I give you a quiz tomorrow, as soon as you get your quiz, right at the top, Sakatoa.
Suck it to me.
Dash A.
Yeah, you write that. Okay, we're going to do a little assignment. Page 566. We'll start with 1 through 10.
Watch that.
What's the thing at the end? Opposite over adjacent?